Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Zoolife, the first virtual zoo that brings you animals from around the world. My name is Janie, and I'm a volunteer at the Toronto Zoo, and that's where we are at our Western Lowland Gorilla exhibit here at the Toronto Zoo, where our mission is to connect people, so that's you and me, with endangered species like our gorillas that we're waiting to come out to see, with conservation science to fight extinction, because we couldn't, none of us, I'm sure, could imagine a world without gorillas. So, and this is a very, very exciting day because one of our iconic animals, Charles, is we're celebrating his 50th birthday. So that's pretty cool. Good afternoon, Fintan, Animal Princess, Chelsea John, hello, Tiger Eyes, and Carrie's in. I know Carrie is, and Johari's aunt is in. Okay, so we're all here. They've got the bubble machine going, as you can see, and we are just waiting for our beautiful gorilla family to come out. If you keep the camera on the door, here they are. Here they come. There. I can't see him, but if you could, there he is. There's the birthday boy. Charles, if you don't know, was born in Africa, in Western Africa, in Gabon. So it's near the west coast of Africa, but of course in the rainforest. And he was born in the mid-70s. Because he was born in the wild, no one exactly knows his birthday. Oh, look, they've given him stuffy. How cute. So we just assigned January 1st for his birthday, but then the keepers and everyone decided today would be a perfect day to celebrate, and they've done a bang-up job on decorating the holding for him. And just to let you know, some of his most favorite treats have been ordered and were set aside special by the Nutrition Center, and at the request of the keepers, but of course everybody loves Charles at the zoo. So he's having iceberg lettuce, pomegranates, half a case of red peppers, a dozen coconuts, half a case of oranges, a dozen grapefruit, and that was a case of iceberg lettuce and one case of pomegranates. So he's getting all his favorite goodies, and you can just watch him I think that was an orange he just popped in his mouth. So he is enjoying his very healthy but scrumptious birthday celebratory luncheon. And the keepers have also made some small fruit juice popsicles as well. I don't know where they are, but obviously Charles is very, very pleased with all the goodies. And this is great. David, hi. Yeah, Tired Turtle is in. This is wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for coming this afternoon for this talk and to celebrate. I know it's birthday time, Zoolife. This is awesome. And thank you, Zoolife, for doing this. This is really great. And all the IT people that go into making this all come together. Thank you kindly. Both at Zoolife and at the Toronto Zoo. It's just terrific. I think the keepers, a round of applause for the keepers. They've done a terrific job. And of course, they do plan with the health and with the Nutrition Center what would be a perfect lunch. Look at, there's some coconut. He's just going to chow down on it. And remember, their teeth are fairly strong, and they do have incisors, so they can certainly cut through things if they need to. Oh, is that a pineapple? I'm sorry. He didn't get pineapple. I think it is coconut. Yeah, that looks like, I think it's more coconut than pineapple, to be honest, because pineapple's not on my list. But whatever it is, it's a good celebration. Elegant Ellie, yes, he's a precious guy, and the keepers have done a terrific job. So is the health center, and it's you're saying it is pineapple? Okay, I will add that to my list. I know it looks like it, but it's totally, maybe they got pineapple and coconut mixed up. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just reading the list that Karen sent along to me. So there you go. One of the things I wanted to talk about, and if you have questions about Charles, because we are celebrating Charles, one of the things I wanted to talk about this afternoon was his legacy here at the Toronto Zoo. He's been here since the zoo, basically since it opened. I think he was actually here just before it opened and then got acclimated, and then he's been here. So he's been here forever. And many volunteers and staff say, you know, when we're working at the zoo, people come to us, especially if we're at the front gate, and they say, is Charles still here? We'll say, oh, yes. And they say, well, I came with my parents when I was just a kid, and now I'm bringing my kids. And I hope that Charles was still here so they could see Charles, because I have great memories of seeing Charles. And they're thrilled to bits when we say, oh, yeah, Charles is still here. So it's really kind of neat. So that's part of his legacy, is human memory. But Ngozi always collects things, Carrie. She just goes around and gets everything like at Christmas. But one of the things I asked Karen, who is our coordinator, as you've heard us all speak about, I asked her yesterday if she could confirm for me how many offspring he has had, and confirm that he's had 3 breeding partners in his time at the zoo. And he's had Josephine, our lovely Josephine, who passed away a year ago, December, was also wild-born, and she came about the same time Charles did, although she came actually from Europe. She was in the pet trade. She was also from Gabon and ended up in Europe. And because they were sending her to Canada, I'm not sure where in Europe, they put her in a winter coat. And then she flew over to Canada in the summer. But they had her prepared for our weather, you see. So when she arrived, the first thing they did was get the coat off her as soon as it was safe to do that. But she was only little, so she was fine. And she and Charles had spent all their lives together until Josephine passed away. They had several offspring, many of whom died shortly after birth. So one of the issues was that Josephine she didn't produce the milk to nurse the babies. But at this point, there are still 2 living, like Jomo is still alive, and Johari, and the others have passed away. Then there was Samantha, who was also wild-born and wild-caught, also from Gabon, and she came with Charles from Africa, and they had 4 offspring, and they still have they've had several offspring. They're not all living, but their offspring are. So Charles' grandchildren are still alive. So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty neat. And of course, Siddiqui. So as we've talked about before, the tradition, and I'm not sure where it's come, I've asked Karen if she could find out from the keepers where that comes from, is to name each offspring starting with the initial of mom's name. So that's Samantha and Siddiqui. So that's where that came from. And then we have, of course, Ngozi. So Ngozi is the 3rd breeding female with Charles, and she had Nasir, who's in our bachelor troop with Siddiqui, Nika, who's here somewhere, and Charlie was named in honor of her dad, as likely the last offspring he'll have. And sorry, my slide has just gone up, so I'll bring it down in case there's any issues. Yes, it's a busy zoo life. It's wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Pingu. My order. Samantha was Charles' favorite wife. Johari's aunt, if you're not familiar with Johari's aunt, is another volunteer, very well, very extremely knowledgeable about the gorillas. And yes, Samantha and Charles were, and he was quite devastated when Samantha passed away, but also he was devastated when Josephine passed away. So it's you know, the grieving behavior was quite easy to see and difficult to watch. But yes, so Charles, we're just talking, I'm just catching up, I'm sorry. And David is saying he saw Charles on a rerun of Zoo Diaries. Oh, it's a great show. As much as Charles is still good looking, I mean, absolute stud 20 odd years ago. What a magnificent physique. Yes, and you see where Siddiqui gets it. He's just stunning, my Siddiqui boy. And there's great pictures that are being posted. No, tiger's eyes with all these goodies. There won't be any digestive system problems. And you're right, there's no ficus leaf, so there won't be any explosions of the untoward kind. Look at Charlie go. My goodness, that's goodies in there. Looks like she's got a coconut there and the peppers and everything. But no, the diet was specifically geared, Tiger Eyes, to the gorillas, so it's favorites, but nothing that would affect them adversely. But yeah, I know. Look at her. She's just tearing into that. That's awesome. So yeah, so he has had 16 offspring, Charles, and some are still around, and hopefully in a year or two, Siddiqui will join a family, and he too will start a new line, and that would be exciting, wouldn't it? It would still tie back to our beautiful Charles, who's, you know, got his own bowl, and he's just sitting over to the side, and it's all pretty cool. It's just lovely. Yeah. So it is quite interesting. I believe Jomo is down in Cincinnati. Whereabouts in Africa? Yeah, Charles, Josephine, and Samantha, and many others, way back in the 70s, came from Gabon. It's Western Africa, Chelsea John, and they came there. Most were had been already captured and were in the pet trade and were rescued. And then I don't know how that all worked, but anyway, they came here. Look at him just eating. You're welcome, Chelsea John. And Fintan was very helpful too. His pomegranate he's got now. He's just enjoying this. So again, their diet, yes, it is a pomegranate, and it is one of his favorites. They like the fruits that we give them. We don't give them very many terribly sweet fruit like grapes, although Charles loves grapes. He'll do a lot of training for grapes. But grapes are very, very high in natural sugar, and gorillas have a tendency toward diabetes. So we are very, very careful. If he is going to get grapes, he doesn't get very many at one time. So it's really important that the keeper and the keepers are cognizant of all this. Yes, he's certainly a hungry hippo. Yes, tired turtle. You guys are posting terrific pictures. Thank you so much. I know he's just an incredible excuse me, fellow. And he's a good dad. I don't know how many of you have had the privilege to go to the zoo and when Charlie was born, or any of the others, and you see how he interacts. He's always very interested when a new baby is born. He wants to see the baby as soon as the mom's comfortable. Stefano, you saw that? Wasn't it amazing? He's played. He used to play with Nasir all the time. And as we know, Nasir is quite the shenanigator, always causing trouble. But Charles would play with him. Charles is very tolerant of the young, and he just really enjoys them. And and Siddiqui would interact with him. Like, he just loved the kids. He was really good. But Anika would play with him too. And then Charlie came along, and Charlie, I do, yes. The other gorillas like pomegranate, I think they do, and I'm assuming that there's more out there I haven't really seen because the camera's been predominantly, and rightly so, on Charles. But if there was some out there, I imagine Ngozi scooped it all up, to be honest. So Ngozi, as the dominant female, goes around and gets as many goodies and treats as she can because they're all hers. Just ask her. And then if she's not happy with something, then she just say, yeah, you can have that. Exactly, Tangy Tiger. She's a hoarder. She's a food hoarder, isn't she? Oh, and there's Charlie's puppy. Yes, I know. It's, you know what? We're no different. If it's something really good and it's our birthday, we're like, hey, it's all for me, right? Yeah. I wonder if they put any hats or clothes out for Johari. I did see a stuffy. You know what, Carrie? I saw the stuffy on the stump by Charles' dish. And I'm sure that Charlie is going to snag it as soon as she finishes eating. Johari Zan, I think Charles is the most handsome gorilla in the world, just saying. I know you do, Johari Zan. Of course, Siddiqui's my guy, so I say the same thing. There you go. Charlie's puppy, there are a few hats out. Super. We may see one. There's a stuffy. Oh, by the window too. Oh, great. Thanks, Tiny Tiger. You know what? Look at that. There's pomegranate. Looks like Ngozi scooped up a pomegranate. And Charlie had some medical issues. Correct? Is she better from that? I did actually talk to Karen about that not too long ago. And you may have remembered that Charlie has some tremors in her hand, and they took her for special testing, and they've just left it. It's not affecting her at all. She's growing, she's thriving, she's busy, and it's not getting any worse either. So the keepers and the vet staff continue to monitor, and they take every precaution, and they do monitor very, very closely. But so far, everything is fine, and they're not going to take any more action at this point. So there. Weird Romance. Hey, I remember you. You also have tremors, poor thing. No, she's doing okay. This is Charlie. She's our little girl, and she's doing fine. She's having orange. So yeah, if there's any teachers watching or big groups, if you could let me know, please, and how many in your group, it would be really helpful for me. And if you have questions, by all means, put them in the chat. That would be terrific. Oh, look at Animal Princess got the hoarder Ngozi. Yes, and Charlie is peeling her orange, so I don't think. As Stefano, I'm grateful for Zoolife. We can see and learn so much. I know, isn't it wonderful that they do these talks? And this is really kind of them to have done this so that we could be here today and talk about it. And there is also the Facebook from the zoo. Weird Romance. My friend is streaming this with 90 viewers. Holy moly, that's amazing. Thanks all for joining. I'm going to put that. My stats are going to blow up. That's really cool. Yeah, if you have any questions, that's really cool. Thank you, Tiny Tiger says I'm doing great. Again, thank you. If you have any questions, I know this is just, isn't this amazing to watch? They're so excited. I know, it's pretty neat watching it. And remember that they are critically endangered in the wild. So this is wonderful to see them here. A lot of what we do is conservation to make sure they will thrive and continue as a species here in captivity at accredited zoos, but also in the wild. We're doing a lot that we can to help that there won't be habitat loss. They are having a lot of fun. Thank you, Animal Princess. They are having a lot of fun. Hungry Hippo. Ngozi, nice shoot. Yeah, she'll knock anything down. There could be food in there, you know. The next birthday will be for Ngozi in March. Yes, and also for my beloved Siddiqui. So his birthday is early in March. So he and I will be happy. Yeah, Ngozi is on March the 18th, but Siddiqui is March the 7th. So hopefully they'll do a bit of a party. Nothing this amazing. This is just, the keepers, I think, have done an absolutely, did you see her just toss that, whatever that was? Ngozi's a riot. I don't want that. I'll just chuck it. I just think she's great. You saw that, Stefano. Yeah. Oh, it was a coconut. I missed what it was. I'm having big competition from Dolph. Well, he's the big guy. What can I tell you? Yeah, she's trying to get to hit the coat. Yeah, I know. She's a hoot, eh? I can't open it. Now throw it away. Ah, there you go. Yes, yes. There's Janet. Yes. Neon Tiger. Yes, the coconut toss. Yeah. Start a new game. How can you throw the coconut as far as Ngozi can? Choo. Excuse me, a Weird Romance. Coconuts are hard. They are, but not to their jaws are very, very strong. It's just quite amazing. If you're not familiar, I'll show you just a quick picture of their jaws, and you get it, so you'll get a sense. Those big leaves. Do you mean those ones? I don't know what they're called, to be honest. Or the ones hanging. The ones that are hanging from the netting, they'll eat. But the other ones are just, I think they'll eat those too. Nothing that would be in there would be dangerous to them if they can reach it. So there you go. And these are their jaws. And the thing to keep in mind, they have all these teeth. And then they've got these incisors that can crack the coconut, bang, no problem. And then they've got the sagittal crest that denotes the male and the power, because that's where all their muscle comes from. We have a little muscle here, and that's it. But there is attached to the top of their skull. So very, very powerful jaws. And I do actually have a map, and it's backwards for me. So I'm trying, there's Gabon. Anybody who is wondering where in Africa they're from, that's Gabon. Oops, going the wrong way. Okay, so on the west coast of Africa. Banana leaves, is that what they are? Thank you. Okay, Johari has pomegranates. Oh, look at, isn't she adorable? And she's got something else in her other hand. So this is Johari. Isn't she beautiful? Ah, I haven't seen her. Yeah, she's just lovely. Johari has, I know. Look at her eyes, just beautiful eyes. Yes. Yeah. No, it's really good. Yeah, I know. Isn't she lovely? And she's got that ridge of hair down from her, like her middle to the bottom of her abdomen. And that's a legacy from her mom, Josephine. Josephine had the same thing. I know Johari's aunt. She's so beautiful. She's holding 3 fruits at once. Hey, why not? You got to get them away from Ngozi, right? Just like Mom. Oh my God, why does Ngozi hate? No, it's not a hate thing. It's just she's not the dominant. Ngozi is the dominant. So whatever Ngozi, didn't want that pomegranate anymore. Boom, it'll just roll away. So it isn't a hate thing. They don't do the emotions like we do. It's a dominance thing. And she's more dominant than Johari. Johari is a very quiet, passive female, and she's just lovely. Is Charles the oldest gorilla in the zoo? Zany Zebra is asking from Lincoln, Ontario? I don't know where Lincoln is. Charles, the oldest gorilla from the zoo? Yes, he is. So he's 50 now, and that is extremely old for a gorilla. And so there you go. Hope that answers your question. Johari is a sweet girl. Weird romance. What do the gorillas seem to think of these? Do they know about? No, they don't know about birthdays. What they do know is they're getting extra special treats, and a lot of them. So it's exciting. It's very, very exciting. But no, they don't think like we do. Like, today's my birthday. Am I going to get anything special? They don't have those cognitive abilities. Yeah. Okay, so Pingyu wants to find Charles again. And there he is. Look, he just came on camera, at least for me anyway. What are they eating today? They're having special fruit today for Charles' birthday. It's a very big day. So they've got pomegranate, coconut. We saw pineapple and oranges. And I'm just trying to find lettuce and some fruits, some peppers. And yeah, they're having a great, wonderful time. It is a big day for them. And it's wonderful. Oh, yes, the zoo decorated. Oh, for sure. They always decorate. But it's really kind of neat. I'm anxious to. Did she just hit herself on the head with the coconut? Is that what I just saw? Listen, I just want you to know I didn't have birthday stuff, but I have stars. They're actually big snowflakes. So I put my star and my snowflakes on for Charles' birthday because he's such a star of the zoo. So there you go. But there go the banana leaves. Did anybody pick up the stuffy? It's gone off his stump. I wonder who took it. Did anybody see? Could you let me know, please? Yes, the big, there you go. Mine, says David. They've gone to, is he back in his bucket? I don't know where he is. Yes. Have you ever been in the exhibit? No one's allowed into the exhibit other than keepers, and only when the gorillas are off exhibit. It's not safe otherwise. So Ngozi, did Ngozi take the stuffy, or did she? I saw her rip down the sign, and she got some. Where did Charles go? Does anybody know? Please, because he's great. This is fun. You guys are just awesome today. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, he went around because I saw him sort of heading around the back, and this is great. There's Charlie. She's getting big, eh? Yeah. I know. She'll be 4 in June this year. That's amazing. I know. He's on the other side. Fern, hi. There's apparently 64-year-old gorilla living in Berlin. There are some, yes, you're absolutely right, Fern, that are in their 60s or certainly close to 60. But in the zoo, Charles is the eldest. I know there was a 60-year-old one that was in the US at a zoo, and he just recently passed away. But okay, so chat member Leon's Ramby asks, what kind of enrichment outside of these little parties do the gorillas get? Do they get other celebrations like this? They have always food out. They have ropes to climb on and toys, and the keepers change them up every day. So they always have something new and different. And they do get other celebrations, but they always have different foods, and they certainly always have approved enrichment to play with and to keep their minds active and everything. So yeah, they always have something on the go. And the keepers are diligent about making sure that they have a lot of things to engage with. Yes, there are red peppers as well. And there's the hat. Yeah. No. So I hope that answers the question, Nettie, but if not, let me know, please. Okay. Thank you. But yeah. Oh, just smack that hat. I don't want it sitting beside me anymore. Isn't she a riot? Holy mackerel. But yeah. So gorillas are similar to human children for the most part in their development emotionally anyway. Yeah, and Fin10 says if the gorillas aren't busy, they go after the fig tree. Excuse me. We have seen that. If you're not familiar, figs have an effect on human digestive system. It cleans out your system explosively at times. And Siddiqui once climbed up and ripped off a branch that no one thought he could reach. And then he chowed down on the leaves and left there. It was stuffy. And then he left some of the other leaves for Nasir, and the keeper said it was pretty explosive, toxic cleanup that day. So it was not very good. And there's the stuffy tangy tiger. Thanks for showing. Yeah, it's a teddy bear. I don't know where the other one went. Someone's taken it. It was kind of a brownie color. But yeah, they like their stuffies. Elegant Ellie, do they use any communication techniques? Like, no, we don't use that. It's been proven that they don't really understand the concepts of sign language. They were just mimicking what had been taught to them. But you talk to our keepers who interact with them on a daily basis. The personalities of each gorilla is very set, as it is with us, and they certainly know how to get their messages across to the keepers. It's through body language mainly, but also eye expressions, things like that. Is it hard to become a keeper? You do have to go to school, you have to train, and you have to have some practical experience. So it is hard, yes. Well, anything special it is. Screenshot, yes, you can take screenshots, absolutely. You're welcome, Elegant Ellie. Oops, I just lost my chat. Here we go. Yeah, so there's a lot of different communication things as well. So it's interesting. I'm sorry, Stefano, is NECA fully grown? Anika, sorry, will be 8 in she just turned 8. So she's getting there. She's not quite full grown just yet, but soon. She is on birth control like the others. The only one who isn't is Charlie. So probably in the wild, she would be considered sexually mature at this point. So there you go. Because do they have our sense of taste, or are they more or less sensitive to different flavors? I don't know, Nadie. That's a good one. They have a sense of taste for sure, because they know what they like and they know what they don't like. And if they don't like it, I believe they don't like kale, and they won't touch it if it's given to them. But I just know that they know different ones, and each one of the gorillas has their own likes and dislikes. So that's the best I can tell you. Yeah. And Fin10 says to Stefano, you have to be a vet tech or have a Bachelor of Science to start. And David says it's hard but rewarding to be a keeper. Lots of hard work and dedication, but our Toronto zookeepers are stellar. Yes, they are. They're terrific. And thank you for Fin10 and David for adding in. So, oh my goodness, I'm just about up on my half hour. And Animal Princess is looking for Nika. I don't know where she is, and my cursor's frozen, and I was and Weary Wolf. Wow. Isn't that nice? Happy birthday, Charles. Looking good. Wishing you many more. Thank you so much. And somebody wants a pina colada. If the zoo don't put the gorillas on birth control, will they get pregnant? Yes, they will. Absolutely now. And I've just got to say goodbye now because I'm just having trouble with my cursor, so I can't say goodbye. There you go. Yes, I have to go. My 15-minute talk went half an hour. And thank you so much for joining me. This was an absolute blast. And I think Charles would have enjoyed all our company today, virtual though it was. So you take care and thank you. And maybe pop over and see Fiona and the giraffes. And Miss Dari is not giving birth today. We sorted that out earlier in the half hour. Take care, everyone. And happy birthday, Charles.